The overhead portrait is one of my favorite go-to poses. So there's a couple of ways you can create this. You can shoot directly overhead, or you can have the model slightly elevated. So you can have them on a bed or a couch and have them either laying on their back or their side or their tummy. Now, the thing I love about this pose is it's got a really relaxed and natural, authentic vibe about it. So it's perfect for senior portrait shoots, or you can use it for rock stars, actors, fashion shoots, and even boudoir photography. Now, one of the bonuses of this shoot is gravity. So because your model is laying down, what happens is it gives your model like this mini facelift, because everything drops back, and so it gives the skin a really taut look. So your clients are going to love you for this. Now, one of the most important things to remember when you're working with a model laying down is the position of the chin. So now when we shoot a regular headshot, you'll know that I'm constantly saying that you need to get your model to bring their face forward and chin down. When the chin is lowered too far, the face is lowered too far, what you'll get is a couple of things that you want to be looking out for. You don't want to see the whites underneath the iris, okay? And then you don't want to create a double chin. So you're trying, when you've got your model laying down, you want to have that chin forward, face forward, and chin down. So how do you achieve this? So if you've just got the model laying down flat, the head is going to go back and you're going to create that double chin. Even if they don't have one, it's not particularly flattering. So what I like to do is try and force that face forward. So you can use something as simple as a small cushion that you don't see behind the head that's going to force that face forward. Or what I like to do is somehow maneuver into the pose that I have my model place their hands behind the head. So one hand on top of the other is going to give you considerable lift at the back of the head and really force that face forward and give that nice, strong jawline. And the same is if they're lying down, the way that I have them lying down, constantly reminding them that face forward and chin down, because it's all about the jawline. Again, you can see here, he's got his both hands behind his head. I've also got an extra cushion behind there, brings that chin forward and face down. And here, just one arm under the back of the head, and I've also got like a pillow wedged under his shoulder, which kind of brings him forward. And again, you've got that nice square jawline. All right, so to create the overhead shot, what I like to do is look for elements that I can use as a ledge, where there are areas that I can place the model lying down. So often at the beach, you'll have an area where there's sand, and then there's also a ledge that you can get up a little bit higher. I've also used the edge of a pier to be up on, and then placed my model down. Now, if you're just shooting with available light, obviously you're going to need to consider things like, where is there nice, clean, open shade that you can place your model in. So that's something that I always like to look for. Or if you're lucky, like we were here today, I've got this, it's later in the day, so already the sun was creating these large areas of shadow that you can place the model in. So I've got my nice little ledge. I can get up above the model, And then what I'm doing is now bringing in a bit of a reflector to see if I can get a bit more bounce. Now you can see the direction of the sun is coming from the beach. You can see the sunlight there. So what I do is if I put that to the opposite side of where the sun is, that's going to bounce a little bit of fill there. And the reason I've chosen silver is because the model has blue eyes, and that's just going to bounce a little bit of light there. You don't need to use a reflector, that's just an added extra. The other thing that you want to be conscious of when you're shooting this is the styling. Now, what I like to do is have the hands behind the head, and I'll constantly tweak, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll have just the fingers resting in the shirt, and so we'll tweak the shot until we get it right. I don't like the tie over the top there, so that'll get changed in a minute, but basically take your time with this shot. It's perfectly comfortable for the model, and make sure that those little 1%ers, the styling, so you can see how much better that shot looks with the hand over the tie rather than the tie over the hand. And then it's really simple. It's not a lot of movement that you need. It's one look, it's one shot. So you don't need to be doing too many things differently. The one hand down, one hand behind the head works. And just I kind of like seeing both hands behind the head as well. It gives it a lot more confidence as well. So, and then basically you're just shooting straight down over the model. Now, sometimes I've done this in the studio, and if I don't have that opportunity to have a ledge or something that I can stand over the model with, what I will do is create some sort of platform. So basically 2 ladders and a plank between those ladders is a really sturdy and safe way to photograph a model from overhead when you're in a studio.